in a hotel with very European skies.
Good
I'm
afternoon.
assuming we are live. Okay, to everyone, welcome to this conversation today and a very happy Independence Day to all of us. I was thinking, what does Independence Day mean to us today? और मुझे लगा सब कह रहे ना कि लॉन्ग वीकेंड है इस बार इंडिपेंडेंस डे है जन्माष्टमी है एंड लॉन्ग वीकेंड है बट for all of us, if we little bit pause in whatever we are doing, then there is a lot to appreciate because we are in a free India. We are in the world's largest democracy, and this independence is very hard earned. And where we are today is very hard earned. And today I'm only going to talk about all of us as middle class India, all of us as people, young people of India. We are also working and we are wherever we are because we have worked and we owe it to ourselves, to people who fought for our independence, and to the people who are coming. That हम independence, जो हमारी freedom है, from freedom we go to prosperity, to success, to big, to make money, to do well, to have the best of everything for ourselves and for our country. And in this context, I thought that Independence Day को तो छुट्टियां मना ही रहे long weekend में, but let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation which is important, significant, and that's why I got hold of someone I really respect and look up to, Deepak Garg. I'm sure many of you already know him. And if you don't, then Google search. Very bad that you don't know. On Independence Day, we should know some of our very good, very strong, and very grounded entrepreneurs of India. And Deepak is one of those. He built Rivigo. He worked before that in McKinsey. He's also something that I think is very, very important is that he's giving employment to truck drivers across the world. मतलब हम सोचते हैं कि डॉक्टर्स जाएं इंजीनियर्स जाएं मगर ट्रक ड्राइवर्स के बारे में हम नहीं सोचते और इस इंडिपेंडेंस डे दीपक is here. He thought of that. He's taken thousands of truck drivers across the world and created employment for them. And also, now he has a fund, and that should get everyone's interest, right? Like all the entrepreneurs and young people, he has a fund. But I think his fund is the Bitcoin fund, and something again as an Indian creating something which is, I would say, not just it is our present and it's our future, and he's taken that leap, created something very significant, and built a presence, a name for himself and for all of us as Indians across the world. But more than everything else, he has deep insights, knowledge, facts, and he's a curious guy who constantly seeks to unravel the answers. So who better than him to talk to us and discuss on things that are important. जो हम चलते फिरते बात करते हैं आज हम important ढंग से बात करेंगे. With that, Deepak, now I've given a very good introduction of you.
Oh no, that's putting a lot of pressure on me, Shraddha. Thank you for a very, very warm intro. You're someone I really, really admire. We first met uh, under the council under Minister Piyush Goyal in the Startup Advisory Council, and I saw how passionately you spoke and felt for India, the real India, and I'm so happy. I didn't know about the Bharat project, to be honest. I came to know recently, and I've tracked your travels into the Bharat, and it's so inspiring to see what you're doing, and the mission of this project is so inspiring. Hats off
Yeah.
to you for doing this. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. I think we are all in our second mountain, so we have to do something to make our lives feel meaningful and good. With that, Deepak, I want to jump into the conversation which we are having today. मैंने पढ़ा, I couldn't watch the live of our Honorable Prime Minister's Independence Day speech, but I read that he said that in 2025, India will have its own chip semiconductor in that space. We will have our own chip. He's also talked about how we are going to be increasing our energy the energy of the country, because the next wave of growth, और आप समझाइए क्यों important energy, not just from the nuclear reactors that we have, why it is very important. And he said that there'll be significant investment because the companies which will take the leap, जो number one होंगी और जो सबसे बड़ी कंपनीज कह रही हूँ, countries होंगी, they have to have that energy superpower, right, to do anything and everything. And of
Absolutely.
course, Bitcoin, which is your subject, and we have to get into that. So let's delve into just understanding where exactly are we in India today, especially in context to the next 10 years, क्योंकि next 10 years में टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत बड़ा होगा, डिसाइड करेगा, हम डिजिटल डिसाइड करेगा हम कहाँ होंगे, कैसे होंगे, हम कहाँ पे हैं. And what do you think are the 3-4 things that we should really think about right now?
Lovely, lovely. That's a very good question to start with. I saw Prime Minister's speech, and as always, it was very, very inspiring. And it was also grounded in the current baseline. So it was not, it was grounded, but also spoke a lot about the future and all the right things about the future. So, sabse pehle, to talk about India, we have to first understand where is the world? Where are we in the world? Where is world moving, right? What are the 3-4 things happening in the world if we step back? Because that helps us give a context of what what India needs to do over the next 10 years, right? I think in my view, 3 big things are happening in the world overall, right? पहली क्या हो रहा है, पहला चीज क्या हो रहा है कि बाहर की दुनिया में एजिंग बहुत बढ़ रही है. The fertility rates have been down since 1950s. Now the world is depopulating in the Western world. 8% of there's a 8% reduction in the labor rate participation in the US. The numbers are even higher for Europe, Japan, South Korea, etc. इसके चलते साथ ही साथ India is the country where young population is increasing. Every year we have 20 million youth joining the job age. While the world is aging, India is becoming younger. So that's one big thing that is happening in the world. There's an aging phenomena happening in the world. There's a demographic shift happening in the world over the next 10 years. Right? By next 10 years is a history of fertility data. If you study it, it's the baby boomers going out, the population not enough, and next 10 years is when there's a lot of opportunity. I see it as an opportunity for India coming up and that's why anyway jobs were started. That there's a lot of people which is needed in the Western world. There's a lot of people we have, and we can create a bridge from India to the Western world in terms of creating employment and meaningful employment. That's one big thing happening. The other big thing happening, of course, is AI. AI is a big phenomena. It cannot be taken lightly. It's the biggest deflationary nuclear bomb happening in front of us. I say this because it's going to bring up a lot of changes in the prices of services, goods, the way jobs get reshaped, etc., etc. So that's second big thing that is happening. A lot of AI is also about energy. At the end, AI is a wrapper on energy. So energy is very, very important for AI, but also jobs will get reshaped. Services jobs will come under pressure, manufacturing or real jobs may get better, etc., etc. So there are a lot of themes coming out of that with AI and role of India in AI. I think that's a second big shift happening. The third is over the next 10 years, the third big macro shift that is happening is probably the regime change between US and China. We are living in a world where US and China are at loggerheads. And this is not happening for the first time. It has happened every time an empire changes power. This kind of phenomena happens after every 250 years. So empires age lasts for 250 years. The last 90 years are like that. Last 10 years of those 90 years are like that. There's a lot of deep research on this topic, on what's going on. If you step back, I think it's a very high probability that we are entering the age of China from the age of US, right? And it shows in the China's energy production, it shows in China's trade surpluses, it shows in China's military strength, it shows in US's debt to GDP, it shows US's weakness overall in managing tariffs, and it shows in US's weakness in terms of hollowing out of US in terms of the production base. So this is big shift happening over the next 10 years. It has a lot of implications for India and many other countries. So these are the three things which are overall happening in the world. So where does India stand in all of this, right? So India can think of a lot of opportunities, right? In terms of jobs. As I say, there's a big opportunity over the next 10 to 20 years. 300 million jobs in the Western world are getting created because of aging. That is the number of young people which are coming into job age in India. Of course, Africa is also young, and Africa is also vying for the same space, and Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal vying for the same space. There has to be a concerted effort, right from the government to states to local entrepreneurs, to grab this opportunity. It needs skilling, it needs polishing, it needs learning, but there's a lot of opportunity. I give an example of truck driver. Truck driver in India earns $300 a month, $400 a month. A truck driver in Europe earns $3,000-4,000 a month. It's a 10x jump, right? I call this as a skill migration corridor. You go to Dubai, you earn $600 a month. You go to Eastern Europe, you earn $2,000 a month. You go to Germany, you earn $3,000-4,000 a month. You go to Canada or US, you go to $10,000 a month. That's a skill migration corridor of a truck driver. Last year we sent 3,000 truck drivers in Germany. Each of them are sending back $2,000 to $2,500 back home. Their lives are changing completely. Their kids are getting educated in better schools. They're building pakka houses in their villages. Many of them, after working 3-4 years, they come back and retire, or set up their own shop, or some business.
I actually want to take a pause and tell to everyone that this is so important, because truck drivers, हम truck drivers सोचते हैं, but what Deepak is saying is that truck drivers earning $3,000-4,000 a month, right? As a community, as workforce, and sending that money to India. So that's one sliver of our population, right? Like that, there'll be so many else. So yeah, please continue.
Plumbers,
Yeah.
electrician, manufacturing, construction workers, healthcare, you can do this, replicate. Europe, US, Canada, Australia, Korea, Japan are hungry for our people, hungry for demographics. They don't have people to work. They pay well, there is dignity of labor, you save well, you can send money back home. It is not very hard. And it can be done, Shraddha, with your project also, Bharat Project, local entrepreneurship. It doesn't need, so everyone has to contribute to it. There's a, today India, I don't know the number, today probably India sends 1 million people, abroad. Our remittance is about $135 billion every year, much higher than our FDI number. I believe our remittance over the next 5, 8, 10 years can be $1 trillion a year. That is a number which I'm looking at. Like, India's remittance to GDP ratio is 3.5%. Philippines' remittance to GDP ratio is 9%. We should think of a Philippines model here. We have to think of a Philippines model. We have to think of a China model. We have to think of a US model. We have to create a Silicon Valley here. We have to create a Shenzhen here. We have to create a Philippines here. We are too large. We are too big. We have all kinds. We have to serve the needs of all kind of population. We can't just say exporting talent is the only answer, but exporting talent is a big answer. If we get to 8.5% of a GDP, we are looking at $1 trillion of remittance in next 10 years. And today that's the biggest form of exportable. आज प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला कि आर्थिक स्वार्थ दुनिया में बढ़ गया है, राइट? उन्होंने स्पीच में यूज किया है वर्ड, राइट? दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. व्हाट डज इट मीन? कि जो दुनिया है वो कम गुड्स और सर्विसेज इंपोर्ट करेगी, वो खुद बनाने की कोशिश करेगी, बट उनको बनाने के लिए लोग चाहिए, और उनको लोगों के लिए ओपन करेगी, बिकॉज वहां पे फिर वैल्यू एडिशन होगी, लोग वहां पे वेल काम करेंगे. सो दैट्स वन वे टू काउंटर द आर्थिक स्वार्थ ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. नाउ वी आर इन द I think a slight disadvantage for us is that आर्थिक स्वार्थ इस समय है, और हम इंडिया ग्रो करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, एक्सपोर्ट ज्यादा करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कंट्रीज क्लोज होती जा रही हैं. But one way to open the countries is to give us skilled talent. People are hungry for talent. Everyone is hungry for talent. So, but it needs a lot of coordination from government to bottom. But it's a huge opportunity. It's an opportunity for 10 million jobs a year, not less. Today, India sends 1 or 2 million people outside every year. एंड आई ऑल्सो से हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा तवज्जो बाहर पढ़ने के लिए लोगों को भेजने के लिए करते हैं, राइट? विच आई थिंक माई ओपिनियन इज़ अ वेस्ट ऑफ मनी. वहाँ जाके फिर लोग वही जॉब्स ढूंढते हैं. हम $100 बिलियन, मेरा अनुमान है $100 बिलियन का खर्चा लोग ट्यूशन फी और बाहर जाने में खर्च करते हैं, US, कनाडा, इधर उधर. उससे अच्छा है कि हम यहाँ, हमारे पास 8-10,000 इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस हैं. 1.5 मिलियन लोग, युवा, इंजीनियरिंग स्कूल से निकलते हैं. 2 लाख से ज़्यादा MBA ग्रेजुएट्स निकलते हैं, राइट? ये इंजीनियरिंग स्कूल्स या MBA स्कूल्स स्किल यूनिवर्सिटीज क्यों नहीं बन सकती हैं, इंटरनेशनल स्किल यूनिवर्सिटीज क्यों नहीं बन सकती हैं, where they create a framework where language is taught and the skill is taught, right? And meaningful job is created. आज TCS में भी क्या जॉब मिलती है, 1 लाख 2 लाख 3 लाख रुपए जो भी
And
है.
also very important to call out कि TCS, Infosys और ये सब में पिछले 3 साल से डेटा दिखा रहा है घटते जा रहा है and this year has been apparently the lowest,
राइट? जॉब्स है नहीं है. तो हम ये इतना सारा हमने इंफ्रा बना रखा है यूनिवर्सिटीज का इंडिया में. कैन वी रीमॉडल दैट इंफ्रा टू मेक देम इंटरनेशनल स्किल यूनिवर्सिटीज, वेयर हम ग्लोबल कंपनीज आए यहाँ पे वेल्डर्स लेने, हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स लेने, स्किल्ड वर्कर्स लेने, ट्रक ड्राइवर्स लेने.
हम ये भी ऐसा क्यों नहीं करते हैं कि हम रिस्पेक्ट दें स्किल्ड वर्क? एक IT कंप्यूटर के सामने बैठे वाले को इतना रिस्पेक्ट मिलता है, बट एक प्लम्बर को हम लोग कैसे नजर से देखते हैं, या चलो ट्रक ड्राइवर को भी. हाउ कैन वी चेंज दैट?
देखिए, ये वाली बात बाहर नहीं है. जर्मनी में प्लम्बर की बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट है, मैसिव रिस्पेक्ट है.
बेटर तो आपको उल्टा दे सकता है बर्लिन में.
इलेक्ट्रिशियन की बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट है, ट्रक ड्राइवर की बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट है, जो हार्ड जॉब्स करते हैं उनकी बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पेक्ट है. आने वाले समय में इफ यू थिंक ऑफ AI, हार्ड जॉब्स में फिर भी टाइम लगेगा रिप्लेस होने में, 20-30 इयर्स. जो सॉफ्ट जॉब्स हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर सर्विसेज जॉब्स हैं, वो ज्यादा जल्दी रिप्लेस होंगी, वो AI ज्यादा जल्दी रिप्लेस करेगा. सो हमें अपने आप को रीमॉडल तो करना ही पड़ेगा टुवर्ड्स हार्ड जॉब्स, एंड वी हैव टू गिव रिस्पेक्ट. Those jobs will automatically be respected actually when they're paying well. जब एक इंसान जाके $3,000-4,000 $5,000 कमा रहा है, it'll be respected. So it is, I'm seeing it is already getting respected. So that's one big thing, Shraddha, which I think as a country we have to give enough importance to. We are not giving importance to. It's $1 trillion annual.
Thank you for calling it out, because you have for us, because सब कहते हैं opportunity आपने दिखाया और आपने बताया, यहाँ पे हम सब सीख रहे हैं. आपने बताया कि $1 trillion का रेमिटेंस अपॉर्चुनिटी है अगर हम अपने स्किल्ड वर्क फोर्सेस और अपने लोगों को Western world or wherever the world, right? In globally, the world will require people. It's an aging population in the world. We have young. So you've actually given a very practical and subtle way of how to solve the jobs thing.
Yeah, and it also increases India's soft power. When diaspora increases world over, it also increases India's soft power, right? So that's one big theme I talk about. The other big theme, अगर हम AI की बात करें, so AI वर्ल्ड के लिए 2-3 चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इंडिया के लिए. आई थिंक वन, आज प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने बोला कि एनर्जी पे बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है, बिकॉज AI इज एट द एंड, जिसके पास एनर्जी होगी. सो जिसके पहले जमाने में बोलते थे जिसके पास ज्यादा गोल्ड है, that's a regime that writes the rules of the world. But actually, to be honest, energy is the monetary framework we live in. जिसके पास ज्यादा एनर्जी है वो ज्यादा ताकतवर है, उसके पास ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन है, उसके पास ज्यादा मिलिट्री पावर है, उसके पास ज्यादा इकोनॉमिक पावर है, जिसके पास ज्यादा एनर्जी. तो एनर्जी तो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है आज भी. हालांकि इंडिया ने बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा काम किया है पिछले 10 साल में एनर्जी में. वी हैव डन अ लॉट ऑफ गुड वर्क. लुक एट द अमाउंट ऑफ, अभी 50% ऑफ इंडियाज कैपेसिटी इज रिन्यूएबल, व्हिच इज आल्सो फॉर चाइना. बट आवर प्रोडक्शन इज स्टिल not at the same pace, growing at the same pace at which China is growing at. China ने अपनी एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन 20% से बढ़ाई है लास्ट ईयर, which means last year, 3,000 कुछ गीगावाट से वो 4,000 plus gigawatt पे गए हैं. The amount of solar power China has installed in last year is 464 gigawatts, which is almost 5 times the total lifetime installed capacity of solar in India. China is putting 10 nuclear reactors every year. चाइना का मिशन है 60 गीगावाट न्यूक्लियर पावर से ऑलमोस्ट 200 गीगावाट जाने का 10 साल में न्यूक्लियर पावर में, राइट? वी ओनली हैव 8-9 gigawatts of nuclear power. So China is far ahead of everyone in terms of energy. The amount of energy.
Tell me something. What does it take to have that kind of energy investment in a country like ours?
Look, हमने एक सेक्टर में बहुत अच्छा किया है. हमने रोड्स बनाई हैं, इंफ्रा बनाया है पिछले 10 साल में. अमेजिंग काम हुआ है, राइट? हमें उसी तरह का मिशन ओरिएंटेशन एनर्जी में चाहिए. We need that. जो गडकरी जी ने इंफ्रा में किया है 100 किलोमीटर का टारगेट लेके, हमने रोड्स, इंफ्रा, पोर्ट्स, एयरपोर्ट्स, बहुत काम हुआ है. हमें एनर्जी में वैसा चाहिए. हमें 6-7% से एनर्जी ग्रोथ नहीं करनी है. हमें 15-20% जो चाइना कर रहा है वहां पे वैसे करनी, हमें 100-200 गीगावाट हर साल एनर्जी लेके आनी है। और
But why
आज
don't
की
you
डेट,
explain it to everyone why this is also so important? Because of the you talked about it, but if you can just like simplify it even more.
yeah, so look, we are entering a world where AI and blockchain will, is the new arc of evolution, right? Technology वहीं पे जा रही है. Energy is the fundamental. Data, compute, AI, Bitcoin is all energy, blockchain is all energy, right? So energy is the fundamental currency of all of this. The more energy a nation has, the more powerful it is. टुडे
Yeah.
इंडिया का एक फ्रेमवर्क टूटा हुआ है, वो मैं बताता हूँ कि इंडिया में जो कंज्यूमर है वो एनर्जी का प्राइस देता ही नहीं है, बिकॉज सब जगह डिस्काउंटेड है, सब्सिडाइज है, पॉलिटिशियंस ने सब जगह पे उसको फ्री में किया हुआ है। तो स्टेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड जो बायर ऑफ एनर्जी है वो इंसॉल्वेंट है, राइट? उसके पास पैसे ही नहीं है एनर्जी। तो यहाँ पे हमें एक मोनेटाइजेबल तरीका निकालना पड़ेगा एनर्जी का, जो निकलेगा, जो निकल भी रहा है। आई थिंक मैं कहता हूँ कि एक बिटकॉइन एक अच्छा तरीका है मोनेटाइज करने का एनर्जी को। सो यू कैन एक्सपोर्ट बिटकॉइन, यू कैन पुट अ लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी, यू कैन एक्सपोर्ट बिटकॉइन, यू कैन यूज पीक पावर 11 o'clock से 7 बजे तक, you know uh,
We will come to Bitcoin. Otherwise, you will
power,
confuse many
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
us.
we'll keep it in the
Let's come because you have
but
to start with the basics of
yeah, yeah,
Bitcoin
yeah,
too.
yeah, 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 of course.
Hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is that, there are means, and there's a lot of creativity required on energy plan. This should be the biggest, and I'm so glad Honorable Prime Minister spoke about it today. This has to be the biggest focus of the country.
Yeah.
इसी से हमारी मिलिट्री सिक्योरिटी है, इसी से हमारी फ्यूचर सिक्योरिटी है, इसी से हमारी एआई में प्ले है, इसी से हमारा ब्लॉकचेन में प्ले है. सो एनर्जी इज वेरी वेरी क्रिटिकल. We are still, look, Honorable Prime Minister said we'll 10x nuclear power by 2047. 2047 is too far. 2047, मुझे अगले 10 साल की थोड़ी चिंता है, या 10 साल में क्या होगा, हमें थोड़ा और गेम बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. लुक एट, वी हैव टू गेट इंस्पायर्ड बाय चाइना. आई नो हाउ चाइना डज इट, बट चाइना ने 464 गीगावाट्स डबल की अपनी सोलर कैपेसिटी एक साल में. 500 गीगावाट से 1000 गीगावाट पे पहुंच गया चाइना एक साल में. Imagine what they will do if this is the current pace of, expansion of
Yeah.
energy. Look at the amount of nuclear energy they're putting every year. They're doubling their nuclear energy in the next 5 years. 60 gigawatts से 120, 130 gigawatts next 5 years में जा रहे हैं. That is a big leap. वहां पे हमें ध्यान देना है, स्टेट्स को देना है, चीफ मिनिस्टर्स को देना है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को देना है. We need a big energy mission. We need big power behind it. Honorable Prime Minister has to be driving it. That's where, it can't be done at 6, 7, 8% growth. It has to be. Energy has to grow much higher. उसके लिए ये सब ठीक करना है. अब 10-20 साल से इशू चल रहा है, टीएनडी लॉसेस हाई हैं, स्टेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड का इशू चल रहा है, इंसॉल्वेंट है सब जगह पे. सो एनर्जी के लिए हमें एवेन्यूज लाने पड़ेंगे टू मेक एनर्जी investment profitable again. And it can happen through various sources: compute, AI, blockchain, Bitcoin.
I have to just tell you that in Bihar, I met the energy government people, and they said that they'll be profitable in next 2 years. They've done actually quite a good job.
Lovely, amazing. And there are so many ideas now to be profitable, right? Like I say, Bitcoin is an idea, AI is an idea, compute is an idea, data. There's so much in energy happening that to be profitable, energy की इतनी demand globally बढ़ रही है that energy backed data exports, let me put it this way, is a big theme in itself. आपको ये भी नहीं है कि energy backed manufacturing exports करनी है, service exports करनी है. Look at what Bhutan is doing. Extracts hydro energy को energy backed Bitcoin exports में convert कर रहा है. So he's mining, right? El Salvador, many other countries are doing it. So today in the digital age, the avenues are increasing to make energy production far more profitable, and therefore go
Will you
aggressive.
go on record to say that the country which has the, of course, different checklists, but the country which has the biggest energy reserve or the energy production will be the most significant country in the world?
100%. Everything is energy, Shraddha.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
energy growth is everything. Evolution is all about energy. अब 1950s का per capita energy consumption of US was higher than per capita consumption of India today, right? So energy consumption is everything. We're far lacking. Humanity's evolution is all about energy consumption. इसमें मेरा एक philosophical point मैं बोलता हूँ, देखो, universe is all about information. Information theory is the base layer of the universe. हम energy consume करते हैं to discover the truth, right? So energy consumption leads to evolution, to discovery of truth. After enough energy consumption, all our desires and thoughts go away. That's how we go to That's how you go to the ultimate truth. That's a philosophical point I have. But that's where we are going. Kardashev scale is real. From 0.73 Kardashev scale, we have to go up to 3 Kardashev scale. There's infinite amount of energy consumption still required. We have to be a spacefaring civilization. मार्स पे कॉलोनी बननी है, मून्स पे कॉलोनी बननी है, एस्ट्रॉइड माइनिंग होनी है, रोबोटिक्स होने हैं. तो जितना एनर्जी, जो देश जितना एनर्जी बनाएगा, उतना वो प्रोग्रेस कर्व के आगे चलता जाएगा. एनर्जी इज एवरीथिंग. एनर्जी इज द बिगेस्ट sort of source.
In our country, solar तो हम बहुत अच्छे से हार्नेस कर सकते हैं, right?
Solar, wind, nuclear, everything. Eventually, देखो, solar is the answer. In 100 years, solar is the answer. In midterm, nuclear is a answer, right? अगले 10-20 साल nuclear is the answer, but eventually solar will take over. Today, world's consumption of solar energy is 10%. Solar energy का share 10% है. It was less than 1%, 10-15 years ago, and it's increasing. It will be 100% of share of our energy will be solar by end of the century, or even before the century, right? Because solar energy consumption is growing at 5%. Overall energy consumption is growing at 2.5%. Solar energy consumption is growing faster than the overall energy consumption. So solar energy will be the largest source of energy in this century, right? India has been blessed with abundant solar energy. Now these, पहले ना हम बोलते थे ये स्टोरेज ऑफ एनर्जी, पीक बेस. एक बिटकॉइन ऐसी चीज है जिसने ये भी सॉल्व कर दिया है, क्योंकि यू कैन स्टोर एनर्जी. आपके पास पीक लोड ज्यादा है, आप स्टोर कर लो. बिटकॉइन इज अ टाइमलेस स्टोर ऑफ एनर्जी. आपको स्टोरेज चाहिए भी नहीं है. तो लॉट ऑफ कंट्रीज आर यूजिंग बिटकॉइन टू बैलेंस द ग्रिड्स, to balance.
We will come to that. We will come to again Bitcoin. But today, what we have all learned, because we have spoken about this, but again reiterating, अगर हमें जीतना है, जो भी करना है, जो भी numbers है, trillions and trillions, energy has to be the center of our growth charter.
Absolutely, right? It's all about energy. That's it.
ये हम सीख चुके हैं आज इंडिपेंडेंस डे में. एनर्जी इंडिपेंडेंस will establish the growth that we will have, right, as a country.
We have to look at oil, we have to look at coal, we have to look at solar, wind, nuclear, everything. We have to, हमें भर देनी है, excess supply बनानी है energy.
Yeah. I really like, all the numbers. Where do you run to all the numbers? इसका energy 2.5 grow कर रहा है, solar is growing at 5. So everything is backed by data, as I told everyone. Yes.
I'm a curious person, so I try to deep dive on where the world is going, right? I step back.
Yeah, that's why we have you here. No, we will keep on having these conversations. So now coming to the conversation, so you've talked about jobs, you talked about AI,
and this big shift I want to talk about, because दुनिया में एक बड़ी shift हो रही है. वो भी, I think it's important for people to understand. The big shift is that whatever Trump, Scott Bessent, everyone is doing is good for America, but eventually America is going down and is giving way to China. There's a high probability of that happening. It has happened historically many times over. UK gave power to US, Dutch gave power to UK, Spain to Dutch, etc. Empires last for 250 years. And 250 years of US has happened, happen over the next 10-20 years. And there are 3 phases of an empire, Shraddha. First 90 years, the freedom fighters, the strugglers, they all come together, right? And get the country to a certain level with the right principles, foundation, etc. The next 90 years of an empire are of productivity, of growth, of innovation, of higher GDP growth, higher economic growth. And then the next 90 years of empire are of luxury, laziness, consumption. They hollow out the production. फिर वो आलसी हो जाते हैं. That's how the generations work. That's the third generation of the empire. So US is in the third generation of the empire. Since 1971, when the gold peg of dollar currency was removed, US has been the dollar reserve of the world. And very smartly played, US has been the dollar reserve of the world. So what it means is US has free power to print money. US has been printing money freely. Dollar ka inflation 8% every year hai, which means new dollars are creating at 8% every year. So to balance for India, China, every other country to export to the US, we have to devalue our currencies. So INR has been depreciating by 12%, yuan has been depreciating by 10% every year, right? So US has been the driving force of inflation in the entire world. यूएस प्रिंट्स मनी, सब जगह पे इन्फ्लेशन होती है. This game has been now getting played over the last 50-60 years. Cost of capital is low, asset prices are all-time high, equities have gone up, gold has gone up, real estate has gone up. Artificially, the cost of capital has been kept low, where debt to GDP in the world is now exploded. There's $300 trillion of debt to GDP. US is 140, 150% debt to GDP. But nothing stops this train, because with AI's deflation, with aging, with higher military expenses, more and more debt will get piled on. But there's no solution inside the system कि ये debt हटेगा कैसे. US is not able to, now struggling, because interest expense is 25% of GDP. So US is struggling to balance the budget, balance the trade, but the trade cannot be balanced by tariffs, because the moment you apply tariffs, the currencies get devalued, because currencies are manipulated. Therefore, a neutral reserve has to come in, where dollar devalues against the neutral reserve and other currencies appreciate against the neutral reserve. There's a very famous economist called Robert Triffin. He said, it's called a Triffin's dilemma. He said a reserve currency cannot sustain, because the moment a reserve currency comes into place, that country will hollow out. क्योंकि reserve currency को डॉलर दुनिया को देने पड़ेंगे. डॉलर कैसे देगा? ट्रेड डेफिसिट रन करके डॉलर देगा दुनिया को. तो ट्रेड डेफिसिट रन करता जाएगा तो अपनी प्रोडक्शन को हॉलो आउट करता जाएगा. तो यूएस ने अपनी प्रोडक्शन हॉलो आउट कर दी. यूएस की पावर, यूएस की मिलिट्री पावर से आई, हिरोशिमा से आई, न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब से आई, एटॉमिक बॉम्ब से आई, राइट. यूएस बिकेम द बिगेस्ट पावर बिकॉज ऑफ एटॉमिक पावर. लेकिन यूएस कैन नॉट मैन्युफैक्चर इट्स ओन वेपन्स नाउ. चाइना पे डिपेंडेंट है रेयर अर्थ के लिए, मैग्नेट्स के लिए, इक्विपमेंट के लिए, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए. यूएस इज हॉलोड आउट. सो यूएस वांट्स टू रीशोर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग नाउ, which is a very, very hard thing to do. With all the aging, with everything else, very hard thing to do. So therefore, US wants to get rid of the reserve status of dollar. US wants to say, we want to devalue dollar. And that's all of this is happening because of that. President Donald Trump, Scott Bessent, wants to devalue the dollar. This is the biggest trade happening over the next 10 years. The dollar will get devalued. Every other currency will get revalued. A neutral reserve income will come into place. And the power will shift to China. The reserves of the central banks will be formed of gold, Bitcoin, yuan, dollar, etc. Basket of these. Dollar today is 44% of central bank reserve. It'll come below 20%. Gold has already gone from 8-9% to now 25 odd percent. This is a massive thing happening, right? We can't close our eyes to this. This shift is happening. It presents a lot of opportunities. It presents
and now
a lot.
That's where we come to. That's where we. Now you have set the stage where we just can't ignore. So, tell us more. Yes.
No, I don't want to, look, I really think people should take time out and study Bitcoin. Okay, it's a big phenomena happening. That's my appeal to all the listeners, all the viewers who are tuned in today, that don't follow my advice. Take your time, study Bitcoin. I believe it will have the highest return on your time invested on studying a particular topic. Because I have looked at now Bitcoin from every angle. How do you look at the future? You look at a causal framework कि चीजें क्या हो रही है दुनिया में, आप causality ड्राइव करते हो. दूसरा आप correlation देखते हो. तीसरा आप थोड़ा intuition से सोचते हो कि are you near the truth or not, right? चौथा आप एक बड़ी लीप लेते हो, आप विजनरी थिंकिंग करते हो कि 50 साल में दुनिया कैसी होगी, फिर यू ड्रॉ द लाइन बैक, राइट. ये फिफ्थ आप फंडामेंटल सोचते हो लॉज ऑफ फिजिक्स से, एनर्जी एंट्रोपी से. अगर मैं ये पांचों लेंस लगाता हूँ, मेरे को दुनिया में बिटकॉइन की प्रोबेबिलिटी बहुत हाई लगती है दैट इट इज गोना बी द बेस मॉनेटरी लेयर ऑफ द यूनिवर्स in the next 10, 20, 30 years. If that is the case, and these are the 5 lenses, very hardly, I applied with a lot of high bar, these 5 lenses, right? When I apply, these 5 lenses to forecast, I can't ignore the fact that neutral reserves, that all this debt, which is there in the world, can only be collateralized through a hard currency. Otherwise, there'll be sovereign defaults. AI, aging, and military expenses. Now everyone is going to 5% of GDP of military expenses. आज ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने भी सुदर्शन चक्र की बात की. हर कोई आयरन डोम की बात कर रहा है. Every country is thinking of iron dome because the probability of World War III is very, very high over the next 8 to 10 years. And the reason is very simple. The reason is very, very simple because इतना पैसा प्रिंट होना है अगले 8 से 10 साल में because of AI, aging and military expense. उस पैसे से इनइक्वालिटी बहुत बढ़नी है. एसेट ओनर्स रिच होंगे, वेज अर्नर्स पुअर होंगे। वेज अर्नर्स पुअर होंगे तो आउटसाइड द सिस्टम पॉलिटिशियंस आएंगे, या तो फार लेफ्ट या फार राइट। आउटसाइड द सिस्टम पॉलिटिशियंस आएंगे, फार राइट या फार लेफ्ट, वो थोड़े डिक्टेटोरियल होते हैं, वो थोड़े हार्डन पॉलिटिशियंस होते हैं, आउटसाइड द सिस्टम होते हैं। तो वो फॉल्ट लाइंस को ज़्यादा अवेकन करते हैं। फॉल्ट लाइंस बहुत है दुनिया में, देर आर 26 फॉल्ट लाइंस इन द वर्ल्ड। So the probability of that happening with AI and with deflation and with money printing is extremely high, and therefore every country is increasing the military expense. I visited a factory in Romania. There they said they are booked fully for 10 years to make these, military ships, and they had
Yeah.
orders from Finland and everywhere else, right? So military expense is all time high. तो वर्ल्ड वॉर की probability बहुत ज़्यादा है.
अभी
You
हम
know, I
वर्ल्ड वॉर के आज इंडिपेंडेंस डे है, so might we look at that? Let's so before we get into that, why don't you tell us, Deepak, because you explained so, like, I think you explained the best when it came to बिटकॉइन। आप इसके बारे में बताइए जल्दी से संक्षिप्त में, ताकि सबको ही समझ जाए।
correct.
और ब्लॉकचेन, बिटकॉइन, और क्यों, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू टॉक्ड अबाउट इट, बट क्यों ऐसा है कि आज डोनाल्ड ट्रंप से लेकर अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट इज पुशिंग द बिटकॉइन एजेंडा टू एवरीवन across the world? It's looking like the governments have also adopted this whole
Yeah,
Bitcoin story. So what is happening?
yeah.
But
So
first, explain.
yes, Bitcoin was invented in 2009,
Hmm.
right after the 2008 financial crisis, by an anonymous person called Satoshi Nakamoto. And he had a genius idea whereby he used blockchain and cryptography as technologies to create a mechanism to transfer value on the internet in a peer-to-peer fashion without needing of a central authority to verify the transaction, in a decentralized, trustless way. So it's a genius idea because it solves for all the issues which existed in the fiat world, in terms of when we transfer money using a bank, etc. So it's trustless, it's decentralized, it's also scarce, it's finite. Why is Bitcoin such a great idea? There are 3-4 reasons of this, right? First reason is we think of Bitcoin as a much superior store of value than gold. Gold has been the base monetary layer of the world for the last 5 to 7,000 years. Why was gold chosen the base monetary layer of the world? Because gold की जो supply inflation है सबसे कम है. Only 1.6% of new gold is produced every year compared to the gold you have in the stock, which means in 50 years, the amount of gold which is produced doubles. But
So which also means that the gold's value will continue to go up.
no, not go up, not necessarily. Gold's value in what terms? So gold's value, of course, in rupee terms will always go up, because rupee का inflation 10% है, for 12% है, डॉलर का inflation 12% है, नए डॉलर 8% से बनते हैं, नए रुपी 12% से बनते हैं, which means अगर आपके पास certain amount of रुपी है, next year गवर्नमेंट 12% और प्रिंट कर देगी, आपकी वैल्यू गिर गई, राइट? गोल्ड में सबसे कम वैल्यू गिरती है, 1.6% से ही वैल्यू गिरती है, इसलिए गोल्ड को चुना गया। ह्यूमैनिटी ने ट्राई किया कॉपर, सिल्वर, सी शेल्स, रॉक्स, स्पाइसेस, ग्रेन्स, ऑल फॉर्म ऑफ मनी, राइट? व्हाट इज मनी? मनी इज ट्रेडिंग एनर्जी. We buy manpower, horsepower, whatever, right? We trade energy. Energy is what money is, right? Gold was the best store of energy because gold was leaking the least at only 1.6% every year. Gold ki supply inflation is the leakage of gold storage of value. It's only 1.6% every year. Where Bitcoin comes is Bitcoin की जो store of value property है gold से much better है, because Bitcoin is truly finite. It's only 21 million Bitcoin ही mine हो सकते हैं. That's programmed. Gold की absolute quantity हर साल बढ़ती रहती है because 1.6% every year है. So gold, जब gold का price बढ़ता है तो और gold mine हो जाता है, तो gold की absolute quantity बढ़ती रहती है. Bitcoin की absolute quantity कम होती रहती है. Bitcoin की आज supply inflation 0.8% है, ये 0.1% होने वाली है अगले 10 साल में, बिकॉज एवरी 4 years बिटकॉइन की सप्लाई हाफ्स, सो इट बी 0.1%. ओवर 100 years बिटकॉइन सप्लाई इन्फ्लेशन इज गोइंग टू जीरो, but 0.1% is also close to zero. So it's a very powerful idea. When we work hard, we produce value, we produce energy, right? We want to store that value for our future self and our future generations. That's a fundamental cornerstone of capitalism. Why is capitalism corrupted today? Capitalism is corrupted today because money is corrupted today. Capitalism is the best form of, you know, फ्री वर्ल्ड सिस्टम टू क्रिएट वैल्यू, राइट, जिसमें हर एजेंट को एक मोटिवेशन रहती है कि मैं अपने तरीके से वैल्यू बना रहा हूँ, अपने लिए वैल्यू बना रहा हूँ, अपनी फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए बना रहा हूँ, राइट। एक अच्छा सिस्टम है, लेकिन उसमें मनी करप्ट हो गया है, क्योंकि कोई भी सेंट्रल, कोई भी इंसान अगर अपनी वैल्यू बना रहा है और सेंट्रल बैंक अगर 10-12% से फ्रीली रुपया प्रिंट कर रहा है या डॉलर प्रिंट कर रहा है फेड, तो आपकी मेहनत की उतनी वैल्यू नहीं रही ना। आपने तो बहुत वैल्यू बनाई, लेकिन आप हमेशा लीक करते रह जाओ वैल्यू, राइट। दैट्स व्हाई सो मच इनइक्वालिटी है। कैपिटलिज्म में फ्लॉ नहीं है। इनइक्वालिटी क्यों क्रिएट हो गई कैपिटलिज्म में? कैपिटलिज्म इतना ब्यूटीफुल था, व्हाई सो मच इनइक्वालिटी इंक्रीजिंग? दैट्स नॉट द फ्लॉ ऑफ कैपिटलिज्म, दैट्स द फ्लॉ ऑफ मनी। क्योंकि मनी इतना प्रिंट होता है, तो मनी के पास है वो पैसा, वो बनाता रहता है। जो इक्विटीज में है, रियल एस्टेट में है, जो एसेट ओनर है, वो पैसा बनाता रहता है। कोविड में क्या हुआ? इतना बड़ा हादसा हुआ। कोविड के बाद मार्केट 10 गुना बढ़ गई, रियल एस्टेट इतना बढ़ गया। जो वेज अर्नर था, ट्रक ड्राइवर, वहीं का वहीं रह गया। 24,000 रुपये महीना मिलते थे, 24,000 में वो गरीब का गरीब रह गया। एवरीवन एल्स बिकेम रिच बिकॉज जो एसेट ओनर्स थे। ये दुनिया में होता है, इतना मनी प्रिंटिंग होगा, इनइक्वालिटी बढ़ती रहेगी। तो बिटकॉइन इस फंडामेंटल आइडिया को अटैक करता है। दैट्स व्हाई बिटकॉइन इज द purest form of money, soundest form of money, because it does not inflate. It protects your hard-earned value. It's a perfect store of energy. क्योंकि वो इन्फ्लेट नहीं करता, तो आपने एनर्जी बना के बिटकॉइन में छोड़ दी अगर, तो क्योंकि बिटकॉइन इन्फ्लेट नहीं करता, उसका सप्लाई इन्फ्लेशन नहीं है, तो वो अच्छे से आपकी वैल्यू होल्ड करता है। इनफैक्ट उसकी डॉलर में वैल्यू बढ़ती रहेगी, बिकॉज डॉलर हर साल गिरता जा रहा है। डॉलर इज एट 8%, तो डॉलर के फॉर्म में उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ती रहेगी, किसी भी और एसेट के फॉर्म में उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ती रहेगी। सो ये बहुत ही प्रोफाउंड प्रिंसिपल है श्रद्धा, कि स्कार्सिटी क्रिएट्स ऑल वैल्यू, स्कार्सिटी प्लस डिमांड क्रिएट्स ऑल वैल्यू। तो डिमांड कहाँ से आ रही है? व्हाई आर पीपल, सो ऑल स्मार्ट पीपल ओवर द लास्ट 16 years one by one are getting attracted to it, because fundamentally,
so people like us who have not got attracted, we actually are also saying people who have not got into Bitcoin are not smart.
नहीं, टाइम नहीं लगाया लोगों ने, समझा नहीं है। लोगों को डर लगता है कि अरे ये डिजिटल है, ये पता नहीं क्या
और
है।
इसीलिए दीपक ये भी समझाइए, क्योंकि गोल्ड इज स्टिल अ फिजिकल, मनी इज फिजिकल। गोल्ड तो और भी अच्छा फिजिकल है, सबके घर में रहता है, इंडिया में तो काफी रहता है।
आज देखिए, गोल्ड कोई फिजिकल रखता नहीं है, कहीं पे रखता, गोल्ड डिपॉजिट रिसीट रखता है, या गोल्ड बीज में इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ है। कुछ लोगों ने गोल्ड फिजिकली रखा हुआ है, बट मोस्टली गोल्ड भी आज डिजिटल है।
पैसा तो बिटकॉइन एज एन एसेट, और यू नो इज,
पैसा तो पूरा ही डिजिटल है। आज की रेट में पैसा तो पूरा ही डिजिटल है। आप कहाँ पैसे को हाथ लगाते हो? आपको एक बैंक में नंबर है, वो तो डिजिटल है। Money is already digital. It's already digitized money. Last 30, 40, 50 years, money is already digitized. So हमें, as a Bitcoin is a digital commodity. Bitcoin is much more superior than gold because of the scarce property. Plus, Bitcoin can be transported much easily. Bitcoin can be audited, verified. उसका transaction cost बहुत कम है। गोल्ड में समस्या क्या आई? गोल्ड वाज अ बेस लेयर ऑफ द फिजिकल वर्ल्ड, बिकॉज गोल्ड ट्रांसपोर्ट करना बहुत हार्ड था, बहुत कॉस्टली है ट्रांसपोर्ट करना, बहुत सिक्योरिटी लगती है। आज भी गोल्ड पड़ा हुआ है वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के बाद, जब जर्मनी, जापान, फ्रांस सबने गोल्ड गिरवी रखा था, यूके ने यूएस को। आज भी यूएस के पास पड़ा हुआ है, डेट पे हो गया यूएस का, बट यूएस के पास गोल्ड पड़ा हुआ है, उसके गोल्ड डिपॉजिट रिसिट्स है। अब वो है नहीं है, किसी को मालूम नहीं है। जर्मनी और जापान एवरी ईयर दे गेट वरीड, शुड वी गेट अ गोल्ड बैक? नाउ इंडिया हैज गॉट अ गोल्ड बैक फ्रॉम यूके, राइट? सो गोल्ड में ये समस्या है कि गोल्ड फिजिकली मूव करना बहुत हार्ड है, उसको ऑडिट करना पड़ता है बार बार। बिटकॉइन में ये सारी चैलेंजेस नहीं है। सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स द परफेक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ गोल्ड। if God were to create perfect form of gold, it would be Bitcoin. And the true scarcity, Shraddha, can only be created digitally. Physical world में true scarcity हो नहीं सकती है। Gold is inert, gold की कोई वैल्यू नहीं है, गोल्ड का कोई यूज नहीं है। सब वैल्यू नहीं है, वैल्यू तो बहुत है, यूज नहीं है। यूज ना होना एक प्रॉपर्टी है। हमारे पूर्वजों ने उसको ज्वेलरी के फॉर्म में यूज दिया ताकि हम उसको होल्ड कर पाए। हमारे रिचुअल्स में डाला कि गोल्ड सबसे कम बिकना चाहिए, पहले आप लैंड बेचोगे, ये हो गए। गोल्ड को हमारी बॉलीवुड मूवीज में दिखाया गया, गोल्ड को हॉडल करना is very important because gold is truly scarce. Gold holds all the value. India has been known as सोने की चिड़िया in the past. इंडिया के पास 40% ऑफ गोल्ड रिजर्व्स थे वर्ल्ड के, आज 15% है। यूके ने बहुत सारा गोल्ड इंडिया से ले लिया, 40% था सरप्लस था, 40% था। Therefore, और क्यों था? बिकॉज इंडिया में वो समझ थी कि स्कार्सिटी की ही वैल्यू है, हमें हमें अपनी जो प्रोडक्टिव वैल्यू है किसी स्कार्स एसेट में स्टोर करनी है। $1,000 ट्रिलियन का टाइम है ऑफ स्टोर ऑफ वैल्यू। $330 ट्रिलियन उसमें रियल एस्टेट है, $150 ट्रिलियन इक्विटीज है, $300 ट्रिलियन उसमें बॉन्ड्स हैं, फिर 8 है गोल्ड है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। बिटकॉइन इज डिसरप्टिंग दैट स्टोर ऑफ वैल्यू, $1,000 ट्रिलियन स्टोर ऑफ वैल्यू। There's only so much justice I can do on a short call like this to explain the fundamentals of Bitcoin, because I myself have spent thousands and thousands of hours understanding it from every angle, right? कि वो
No, no, we
energy
are
कैसे।
also doing this call because somewhere I was a skeptic and you have converted me from skeptic to a firm believer that as a country, I'm not even talking about smart people or not, or people investing, as a country, we need to focus on that. And that's why I also bring that question about, that US president and the US government have been like, there's so much of coverage on Bitcoin and they're talking about it. Why is the government in US focusing so much on Bitcoin, and what should we
Because
be?
it's very clear, Shraddha, that US knows there is no way the debt to GDP can come down. Debt बढ़ना
Hmm.
ही है। AI, मिलिट्री एक्सपेंसेस, तीन बड़ी फोर्सेस हैं। पहले डेट बढ़ा है चाइना और इंटरनेट की डिफ्लेशन की वजह से। सेंट्रल बैंक्स को पॉजिटिव इन्फ्लेशन रखनी पड़ती है टू डीवैल्यू द डेट, right? Every year they have to create inflation to devalue the debt, which means they have to print more money to devalue the debt. Otherwise, debt will be too onerous to pay. Therefore, it's certain that money printing will continue. There's no answer to this. The only way debt can be repaid is collateralizing debt in a harder form. So revaluing gold and Bitcoin is the only way it can. And US understands that Bitcoin is truly a better version of gold, and therefore US is betting. All the hedge fund managers, smart managers, Silicon Valley people, politicians, more than 300 senators in the US are betting big on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is truly more valuable than gold. Bitcoin is $100-200 trillion opportunity. Today it's a $2.5 trillion asset, and Bitcoin is following this power law where in our lifetime, Shraddha, it will be the best performing asset. This is my deep research. This is our deep research. In our lifetime, it will beat equities, it will beat every other asset. It will continue to beat. Of course, it is volatile. It goes up 3 years, it falls 1 year very badly. Therefore, people are worried. जब वो गिर जाता है, वो लोग बहुत
So tell about that also, really. Why don't you quickly just touch on that, because there's so much of volatility around this कि मतलब ये है क्रिप्टो, ये वो, दूर रहो, लॉस हो रहा है, पैसा डूब गया. What is all this
देखो
also?
श्रद्धा, एक तो इंडिया में क्या हुआ, लोग F&O फ्यूचर ऑप्शन गैम्बलिंग क्रिप्टो में बहुत घुस गए। तो आई एम टोटली अगेंस्ट इट। This conversation is only about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is different from crypto. Crypto is a risky asset class. Crypto, अच्छा, Web3 का भी future है. We spoke about it earlier also. Let me make a statement around it. AI and Web3 has to go together. It's very
Yeah.
clear in my mind, because AI cannot function without Web3. AI का पूरा productivity benefit नहीं आएगा Web3 के बिना. How do I know I'm talking to Shraddha? Unless Shraddha signs up behind a cryptographic signature, I don't know whether I'm talking to avatar of Shraddha or someone else, etc., etc. Right? AI creates a Web3 is needed to give trust and data integrity to the world, right? So to the AI world. तो Web3 का पर्पस, ब्लॉकचेन का पर्पस है कि एक ट्रस्टलेस डिसेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम बनाना, एक डेटा इंटीग्रिटी लेके आना। AI वर्ल्ड में उसकी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस है। तो AI विल ओनली डेवलप with Web3. Web3 today is clunky. It's not very convenient, but over time it will get convenient. So Web2 will move to a Web3 world. AI agents will work on a Web3 world, in a blockchain world, in a cryptographic world, right? That's where truth lies, because सारी transactions historical वहाँ पे hold होती हैं, right? Web3 AI agents will not buy grocery through a fiat currency mechanism where they'll have to put in OTPs and all of that, right? So AI agents will work on a decentralized Web3 kind of protocols, and therefore Web3 has a role, but Web3 is very risky. It's still very early.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is a Web3's. Uh, uh, Bitcoin is also Web3, is also blockchain. It uses blockchain protocol, but it is fundamentally first solving for the store of value. I fundamentally am convinced that in an AI world, store of value will be Bitcoin. The base layer of the money, next 20, 30, 40, 50 years will be Bitcoin. And as more and more people are understanding, Shraddha, the game theory is going on, more and more people are coming and investing. US, Bhutan, India is also looking at favorably. A lot of people. Now people say Donald Trump is doing a favor on Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin actually, Donald Trump went to Nashville last year and said, I want to build a Bitcoin strategic reserve because there were 50 million Bitcoiners in the US. Now, by the time of next election, there'll be 100 million Bitcoiners in the US. It's not a
Wow.
Democrat or Republican problem now. Every politicians will have to give importance. The moment 20% the population's share, 20% of the population owns Bitcoin, every government will announce a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's a ground up revolution. People are creating this monetary revolution because people want hard money. People don't want to be robbed of their money. The central bank printing is silent taxation. It's causing inflation. It's robbing of my hard earned money. It's robbing of my this thing. I don't want to get robbed. So it's a ground up revolution that is happening. Germany today is at 10 to 15%. Most African, South American nations are already crossing 20%. So you'll see El Salvador, Argentina, Brazil, all of them will announce. El Salvador anyway is a Bitcoin country, right? All of them are announcing Bitcoin. South America will, Africa will. The moment Germany crosses 20%, most of the Western Europe is at 10 to 15% of Bitcoin holding. 10 to 15% people hold Bitcoin. The moment it crosses 20% by the time of next election, it's a power law. It's growing,
Yeah.
so they'll also have to, the governments will have to. इंडिया में अभी बहुत कम पेनिट्रेशन है बिटकॉइन की, बहुत कम. आई डोंट इवन नो द नंबर्स, बट बहुत कम है, लेस देन whatever 1% राइट. द मोमेंट इट क्रॉसेस, इंडिया को 10 साल लगेंगे ग्राउंड अप मूवमेंट बनाने के लिए. तो इंडिया को
Why?
टॉप डाउन
Why do you say that?
क्योंकि इंडिया में अभी कम है. और अगर आपको, सो इंडिया में ग्राउंड अप मूवमेंट बनाना बिटकॉइन का अभी, बिकॉज इंडिया का स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पीछे है अभी. We still at 1 or 2% of this thing because government has taken a harder stance historically on Bitcoin with taxation laws, etc., etc. And so a little bit of top-down effort will be required for India to catch up.
But if we do take top-down approach, then what you are saying कि हम इतने पीछे हैं उससे we can leapfrog, right?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि इंडिया लाइक एग्रेसिव केस में हम 18% ऑफ वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन है. हमें 18% ऑफ बिटकॉइन होना चाहिए हमारे पास, विच इज
हम
पीपल
कितने हैं अभी?
कुछ भी नहीं है अभी तो.
कुछ भी नहीं है कैसे?
Which people will say very, very large number because I'm talking about 3 to 4 million bitcoins, right? Which is very large. But at least हमारा contribution to GDP, world contribution to GDP 5% है, तो 5% तो होना चाहिए. 1 million bitcoins तो होने चाहिए. I don't know, I have checked with a bunch of people. इंडिया के पास 20, 30, 40, 50,000 बिटकॉइन से ज्यादा नहीं है लोगों के पास, right? I don't know how much does government have, but let's start with 1 million, which means India has to work on that reserve, has to mine Bitcoin first, has to also use some of the central bank reserves. आज प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला हमारे सेंट्रल रिजर्व्स बहुत अच्छे हैं लेकिन सारे डॉलर में है. $650 बिलियन डॉलर में है. अगर डॉलर डीवैल्यू हो रहा है एज अ करेंसी अगले 10 साल में, तो मुझे वो रिस्की लगता है. उसको फोर्टिफाई करना चाहिए, उसमें गोल्ड और बिटकॉइन लाना चाहिए. ये मेरा व्यू रहेगा अगले 10 साल के लिए. दैट्स नॉट सेफ. It's a high reserve but not safe reserve. It's in a currency which is getting devalued.
Imagine a world where we are today talking that dollar is not a safe. You remember 20 years back that was the go-to for the world, right? Dollar was the
change
benchmark.
happening. Shweta, that's a big change happening, and we have to keep our eyes open to this big change.
Yeah.
This is change happening. Right? We can't ignore it. All things are pointing to that. The dollar is getting devalued. US wants to devalue dollar. Forget about anyone else, right? US to survive, US wants to devalue dollar while still maintaining dollar dominance.
Yeah.
These are very, very interesting terms, and I've spent time on these terms, right? They want to devalue dollar, they want to get rid of the reserve status while maintaining dollar dominance. That's why stable coins come in. It's a very big picture. Stable coins, Genius Act is all linked to all of this, right? So it's all a unified theory that's happening. And this whole thesis is coming out of the unified theory that Bitcoin, AI, blockchain, energy, aging, jobs, all are linked themes. Right? And if India's top brass, government, everyone understands these big themes, and we can act together jointly on these big themes. There are countries who are already acting, very swiftly on these themes. I believe India should have at least 1 million Bitcoin, should probably go to 3 or 4 million Bitcoin by 2040. Should mine, should use central bank reserves, should print money to buy Bitcoin, should do it because it's a harder form of money. The game theory will play out. The power law is playing out. Bitcoin is the fastest growing asset, and we have to fortify our central bank reserves. We have to fortify our debt. We have to fortify our economy. Number two, India should go very aggressive on energy production. From 6-7% annual growth, we should think of 12, 15, 20% annual growth. Boundless growth should debottleneck everything, should debottleneck funding, should debottleneck market, should debottleneck, and use Bitcoin in the picture to actually create incentives to produce more energy and to balance peak energy,
So
etc.,
now
etc.
it ties up. Yeah,
It
yeah,
ties up, right? Of course, it ties
yeah.
up. Second, right, energy. Third, in the AI world, of course, there's a lot of, now we're talking about chips, intelligence, LLMs, sovereign LLMs, all of that. But I think there'll be a lot of downstream work happening. We have pushed away our Web3 entrepreneurs. All of Web3 entrepreneurs live in Dubai. इंडिया सब छोड़ गए. क्यों छोड़ गए? क्योंकि इंडिया ने उनको भाव नहीं दिया, इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दी, राइट? तो अब एआई वर्ल्ड अगर वेब 3 पे ही बनेगा तो हमें वेब 3 का एक इकोसिस्टम इंडिया में बनाना चाहिए, राइट? दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. डाउनस्ट्रीम एआई विल हैपन ऑन वेब 3. इंडिया ने इंटरनेट का डाउनस्ट्रीम फिर भी अच्छा किया. हमने यूपीआई किया, हमने ई कॉमर्स किया, क्विक कॉमर्स किया, हमने इनोवेट किया. एआई के डाउनस्ट्रीम में भी हमें सोचना चाहिए. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स अ डूम्सडे ऑन एआई डाउनस्ट्रीम. लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक एआई में डाउनस्ट्रीम होगा ही नहीं, लोग एआई सब कुछ कर लेगा तो डाउनस्ट्रीम में कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटी आएगी नहीं. तो कुछ हद तक वो ट्रू है, बिकॉज देयर इज सो मच मनी गोइंग इन अपस्ट्रीम एआई that a lot of value will get created in upstream AI, but downstream AI will create a lot of opportunities as well. And Web3 is one area. Retooling of jobs is another area. All these, like driverless trucks and all will happen, but many of them will need remote truck drivers. Many of them will need remote technicians. Many of them will, all the robotics will need remote jobs for a long time. The world is getting remade AI through AI and robotics. So India can be the offshore of this entire world. The new form of KPOs will emerge. New form of jobs will emerge, right? Of course, then there is a high end this thing, robots in space. Honorable Prime Minister spoke about space economy as well. The robots are the biggest opportunity. Business, I say this, over the next 10 years, driverless cars will be the biggest business opportunity in the world. But over the next 20 years, robots will be the biggest business opportunity the world has ever seen. But over the next 40, 50 years, space will be the biggest opportunity in the world which the world has ever seen, the space economy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
इतनी बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि जो बिजनेस वर्ल्ड में सबसे बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी होगी. सो अगर ये सारी थीम्स हैं, इंडिया इज यंग, इंडिया में लर्निंग एबिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है. वर्ल्ड इज ओल्ड, वर्ल्ड इज एजिंग. इंडिया में ऊर्जा है, एनर्जी है, मोमेंटम है, उत्साह है. तो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स वी कैन डू ऑन दीज थीम्स. That's what I'll say. There's a lot of opportunity. निराश होने की
Thank you so much, because I think these you've made very, and then also it's not very high level. You've actually made it very simple. We all are understanding what you are saying, and on this 79th independence, it becomes very important that all of us think about it, because these are relevant. We just can't close our eyes to, as you said, the world is getting remade and things are happening, and we can't say कि अरे ये हमारा problem नहीं है, हम सब का problem है और हम सब उस इंडिया में रहते हैं. With that, I have one question which is also closer to home for all of us who would be watching this. हमारे लिए as Indians, as citizens, as people, as normal middle class people, how do we get involved in the Bitcoin story? What do we do? What should we do? How should we go about it?
I think first step तो श्रद्धा ये होगा, because look, first step ये होगा, take time out and study Bitcoin. If you are into reading, read this book called, पतली सी book है, Bitcoin Standard, by Saifuddin Amos.
The
Bitcoin Standard by Saifuddin Amos.
Okay.
The Bitcoin Standard. This book, पतली सी book है. People should read it if you have time. इसके ऑनलाइन पॉडकास्ट और वीडियोस भी हैं सैफुद्दीन ओमस के, माइकल सेलर के वीडियोस हैं. लोगों को समझने चाहिए. Spend time, 10, 20, 30, 40 hours on it. Like I'm saying, it's the best return on time you will get of your time. It's a big shift happening. You cannot do Bitcoin with borrowed conviction. मेरे बोलने से आप नहीं करोगे. आप borrowed conviction से कितना ही कर सकते हो, ठीक है? आपको खुद की समझ, खुद की conviction, खुद की understanding बनानी पड़ेगी.
खुद की curiosity, खुद का
20, 40, 100 घंटे with open mind, not with closed mind. Doubt आया, ChatGPT use करिए, कुछ भी use करिए, clear your questions. There are answers available. Okay, I personally have spent thousands of hours. There are answers available of everything. That's number one step. Number two step, once you have got conviction, right? There are means and ways to buy. There are exchanges. I can't recommend any exchange, but there are exchanges in India. Study them. कहाँ पे जाके आप खरीद सकते हैं बिटकॉइन, उसकी सिक्योरिटी जांचिए, उसको समझिए, आपको उसको फिर स्टोर कैसे करना है, सिक्योरिटी, वॉलेट, ये चीज़ें, इसमें टाइम थोड़ा लगता है, लेकिन इट्स अ वर्थवाइल टाइम. I keep saying that this is a very, very important investment we'll all make. In US, every IRA, every wealth manager is advising people to hold at least 2 to 5% of their wealth in Bitcoin. People are even going beyond that.
2 to
Right?
5%.
Yeah, this is the starting point where US के जो IRAs हैं, wealth advisors हैं, who are advising people to hold 2 to 5% of their wealth in Bitcoin. Because not holding is also a big risk. If Bitcoin does 40-50% CAGR every year for the next 10 years, right, आप Bitcoin terms में गरीब होते जा रहे हो. तो ना करना भी रिस्की है, करना लेकिन समझबूझ के साथ करना important है, right? Do your own research, follow your own intuition, gut, thinking, reflection, curiosity, study deeply. There are avenues available, there are exchanges available. आई होप इंडिया में भी ETFs आएंगे आने वाले समय में, लॉन्च होंगे. हर कंट्री में बिटकॉइन ETFs आ रहे हैं, विच विल मेक इट इजी, जैसे गोल्ड ETF होता है. अगले 1-2 साल में आने ही चाहिए, आएगा. स्टार्ट स्मॉल, स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. वंस यू हैव कन्विक्शन, देन यू कैन इंक्रीज योर होल्डिंग.
सतोरी वेल्थ के बारे में बताइए.
Satoshi
सतोरी, how do you pronounce it?
So Satoshi Wealth is inspired by the name Satoshi Nakamoto, right? He is the founder of Bitcoin. मेरा तो यहाँ तक मानना है श्रद्धा कि अगले 200-400 साल के बाद हम ADBC भूल जाएंगे, हम ASBS बोलेंगे, आफ्टर सतोशी बिफोर सतोशी, बिकॉज बिटकॉइन विल रीमेक द वर्ल्ड. दैट्स माय लेवल ऑफ कन्विक्शन ऑन बिटकॉइन, कि हम एक बिटकॉइन AI वर्ल्ड में जा रहे हैं, हम डिजिटल जनरेशन बन रहे हैं, और हमारी स्टोर ऑफ वेल्थ बिटकॉइन बनेगी. तो हम आफ्टर सतोशी और बिफोर सतोशी की बात करेंगे. तो सतोशी वेल्थ की स्टोरी थोड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है. So by the way, when we mine Bitcoin, we get satoshis actually. So one Bitcoin is 100 million satoshis. एक Bitcoin में 10 करोड़ सतोशी होते हैं. तो मेरे को जब कन्विक्शन आ गई थी 2 साल पहले कि हम अपनी वेल्थ सतोशी में मेजर करेंगे, हम कार का प्राइस डॉलर में नहीं होगा, सतोशी में होगा अगले 10-20-30 साल में, राइट? तो हम ऐसे करेंगे. तो मैंने satoshiwealth.com देखा, अवेलेबल था. मैंने कहा इसको लेके रखते हैं, काम करेंगे इसके साथ. बिकॉज अगर इतना पावरफुल आइडिया है कि हम अपनी वेल्थ सतोशी में मेजर करेंगे, तो सतोशी वेल्थ could be a powerful idea. That's how we started. So Satoshi Wealth is a hedge fund, right? We do a lot of research and statistical modeling, where we try to create an alpha on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin अगर 40-50% CAGR करता है, we try for 100% CAGR. We use the volatility of Bitcoin through our research to outperform Bitcoin. तो Bitcoin 3 साल बढ़ता है, 1 साल गिरता है. तो गिरता है वो स्टीप 60-70% गिरता है. बट बिटकॉइन इज वेरी कोरिलेटेड टू मनी सप्लाई, ग्लोबल मनी सप्लाई. सो हमने मॉडल्स बनाए ग्लोबल मनी सप्लाई को प्रोजेक्ट करने के लिए आउट. Those models are working very well. So it gave us a conviction. We started trading, me and Vivek started trading with our own money on that. And then now we are offering it to sophisticated investors, of course, who want to also participate in the hedge fund. And we are very confident about a strategy. We are doing...
We are very confident about your strategy, and we are very confident that you must be making lot of money. अभी हमें लग रहा है हमें Bitcoin हमें भी study करना होगा. So we all of us will get to this for economic independence, right? And wealth. Like what you're also saying is that when you're looking at wealth creation for yourself, at least study it independently.
सुपर इम्पोर्टेंट. श्रद्धा, ऐसे लोग डेट में पैसा रखते हैं. डेट का पैसा रखना मतलब आप अपने पैसे को जीरो कर रहे हो. बिकॉज अगर रुपया 12% से बढ़ रहा है, आपको इंटरेस्ट रेट 7-8% मिल रहा है, तो आप लूज कर रहे हो हर साल. यू आर गोइंग टू जीरो ओवर 10 years 20 years. आपका पैसा खत्म हो रहा है, आपकी एनर्जी खत्म हो रही है. तो आप पैसिव इन्वेस्टिंग इक्विटी में करो. रियल एस्टेट भी मुझे ज़्यादा समझ में नहीं आता, पर रियल एस्टेट इज गिविंग 12%. whatever. अपार्टमेंट्स तो नहीं देंगे, ओवर टाइम डेप्रिशिएट करेंगे तो लैंड शायद देगा. But yeah, gold or Bitcoin is very, very important. People have to give importance to gold and Bitcoin. Young people have to give importance to gold and Bitcoin instead of debt and other risky. Debt is the riskiest asset class, we say, because debt makes you lose money. Debt की volatility कम है, लेकिन पैसा उसमें lose हो रहा है because real interest rates are low.
Yeah. Listen, Deepak, I'm so grateful to you. This has been such a good conversation. You know, every time I talk to you, I feel I'm learning. It's like a master class. और वो भी free में मिल जाता है तो ये बहुत अच्छी बात है. But we need to talk more. And again, reiterating the 4 things that you talked about, the opportunity, $1 trillion remittance. I've learned this for our skilled man, for our workforce to work across the world because the world is aging. We have this. You have shown it actually with trucks and buses and trains and airports and everything. And
So Shraddha is facing an internet issue. She was in Patna, so kuch power cut ho gaya. So I'll just summarize, our conversation. Thanks to Shraddha and the team for giving this opportunity for me to share thoughts. I think the big themes are $1 trillion remittance opportunity. Anywhere jobs is working in the space. There's a lot of opportunity in the space. A lot of entrepreneurs should look at it. There's massive space to export talent to Japan, Korea, Europe, Australia, US, etc. The second big opportunity is in form of understanding Bitcoin, understanding the true source of energy, understanding how it is a better store of energy than gold, spending time on it, and figuring out what are the means and ways to invest. The third idea we spoke about is the shift of global power, how energy is going to be very, very important over the next 10, 20 years, and India has to invest a lot in energy. Like, we have to create boundless energy. Energy is the only currency, energy is the only superpower. And while India is doing well, there's a lot India can learn from China and US in terms of expanding our energy base. And there's also a role of Bitcoin in that, by creating more incentives to put energy to mine Bitcoin. There's a lot of more energy supply that can come in. The fourth idea we spoke about was this global power shift that's happening between US and China over the next 10 years, which will lead to dollar devaluation, which is also linking to all of this, which is going to gold and Bitcoin, which is going to how energy will shape, which is going to how jobs will get created, which is going to how AI will play a big role. And there's a lot of opportunity for India in this entire shift that is happening. हमें निराश नहीं होना है, हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी देखनी है अगले 10 साल. मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा 2047. You have to think of next 10 years. Next 10 years are big. We have to place ourselves well in the right opportunity, in the right stream, and go full throttle, go deep. do a lot of hard work and create opportunities for ourselves, create wealth for ourselves, create monetary freedom for ourselves, create independence for ourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening in. Thank you, Shraddha and team, for the opportunity. All the best. Jai Hind. Thank you.